guys, so today I'm going to be doing a video on some of my most useful travel hacks for the airport and airplane rides. A lot of these I did not know when I first started traveling. If you don't do some of these already, definitely implement them into your travels and it's going to make everything a lot more efficient, a lot easier, less chances of you missing your flight or having a bad flight experience or anything like that. So the first one, and one of the most important I think, or the most useful, is checking in online. I actually just started doing this. I always avoided checking in online. I just didn't want to do like that extra step. I just found it as a hassle, but definitely those few minutes in preparation it's worth a lot more at the airport. You can usually save at least half an hour to an hour or more from checking in online by skipping, you know, lines that you would have needed to stand in if you didn't do that. My last flight that I just took, I was coming back from New Zealand, coming home to Hawaii, and I checked in online. I had to put in all my passport info, so usually I would have been like, I don't want to go get my passport, put in the number, but it took like an extra 5 minutes, and we managed to skip this huge line at the airport. If we stood in it, it would have been like at least an hour, probably an hour and a half or two, but instead we got to stand in the check-in online line and it took about 10 minutes. There was like 3 people ahead of us, so it was definitely worth it to check in online. Invest in a 4-wheel suitcase that you're able to push. Especially for me, I'm pretty small, so trying to pull a 50-pound bag is really annoying for me. If I'm walking to another terminal, like that's just, I hate it. So I invested in a 4-wheel suitcase that I can just push, and it's so much easier. I'm not, you know, dragging the whole group behind. So yeah, if you're still holding on to the 2-wheel suitcase that you have to pull, you don't want to make the investment, trust me, it's worth it. Another thing to invest in is a luggage scale. Honestly, I still don't have one because usually whoever I'm traveling with has one and I just use theirs, but luggage scales are so useful for especially international flights when there's pretty strict baggage weight restrictions. Having a luggage scale, you're not going to be surprised with any extra baggage fees, or you can rearrange your luggage or, you know, take out some heavy things. So definitely get a luggage scale. I don't even think they're that expensive. I really need to pick one up. Weigh your bags before and make sure they fit with the airline's requirements. If you're one of those people that love to get off the plane first, you just want to be out of there, sit in the front of the plane. I feel like that's kind of obvious, but until I started traveling more recently, I never really cared about where I sit. But now when I do more international flights and just the hassle of airplanes and airport crowds and everything, I realized that I wanted to get off the plane faster. So I used to just pick any old seat, or I would just pick seats in the back. I don't know why, but when I could choose my seat, I was just like, whatever, I don't care. But if you try and sit closer to the front, you're more likely to be the first to get off. Be really, really, really early. Airport security takes forever. Customs takes forever, especially when you're going to another country that you haven't been to before. Customs could take longer than before. I almost missed my flight from Australia to New Zealand because there was like 3 security lines. There was like there was customs and my passport wasn't working properly and we were not there early enough. So I cannot stress how important it is to be early to the airport. If you're planning on bringing stuff home from wherever you're traveling to, you could think about bringing an extra packing bag. This tiny little fold-up travel bag turns into like this huge fabric duffel. So if you know you're going to be shopping, or you know you're going to be bringing back a lot of stuff for gifts or souvenirs or whatever, you can pack this with you, and then once you have all your extra gifts, you can put them all in here once it unfolds and you have a whole extra bag. You don't need to make more room in your luggage. Of course, you need to know if you need to pay for this extra bag once it's full, or if you're allowed it for free, or, you know, depending on the airline you're flying with, but at least you know that you have an extra bag if you need it, that you can check in, you know, and you don't have to leave all this stuff behind or try to figure out how it's going to fit into your original luggage. Don't buy a black bag, please. I don't know why. I'm still amazed when I'm at the baggage area trying to pick up my checked-in luggage. I'm still amazed at how many black bags I still see. Black bags are so hard to identify, just so ridiculously hard. Everyone still has them. I have never used a black bag. I think I like all the extravagant prints anyway, but on top of it being cute, it's so easy to identify. The bag that I just bought is a little extra on the print, like it screams tourist, which has its own things to it, but I definitely will know which bag is mine all the time. You can't mix this up. If you insist on keeping your black bag, then I would suggest tying a ribbon on it or a luggage tag or something else to identify it. Bring snacks. Airport food and airport drinks, just everything at the airport is so ridiculously overpriced. Sometimes I bring Subway sandwiches from outside or whatever, or I make my own sandwiches, bring my own chips and stuff like that. Also, you can bring an empty water bottle and you can fill it up from the water fountain or wherever once you're past security. Another thing about booking seats, if you're traveling with someone else, so you're a group of 2, while you're choosing your seats, a little trick that I like to do is I like to book in a 3-seat area if there's no 2-seat available. If no one else books the 3rd seat in our row, we get an extra seat. We can, you know, maybe stretch out or just be more comfortable in that area. It's not always, you know, obviously a guarantee. If the flight's full, then you're sitting with someone else, but there has been a couple times where no one booked the seat with us and I got to lie down, which was really nice. And finally, in regards to luggage and the weight of your bags, I've always worn my heaviest clothes and accessories. I'll always wear a jacket and I just take it off in the plane if it's too hot. I always try to wear my heaviest shoes, which is usually the boots. Obviously, you do want to be comfortable, but you know, try and be comfortable, but also layer and wear multiple clothes just to save the extra weight. If I wear my heavy pair of winter boots, that's gonna save a lot weight-wise instead of just wearing like flip-flops. So yeah, those are some of my best travel hacks for the airport and airplane rides. I hope you guys found that helpful. Let me know of some more travel hacks if you have any below, because I'm always learning more, you know, ways to be efficient at the airport and traveling more, you know, if you pick up more things. But yeah, let me know of any other tips and tricks below if you have them. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see y'all later in my next video. Bye!